welcome at the 3 minutes with. It's something where I ask professionals about questions about their tech life and what they do differently. This time we are going to...
So hello, my name is Vincent Claeys. I'm originally from Belgium, but I'm living since a couple of years in beautiful Portugal, pretty far from Paul, but still a couple of hours driving. My Microsoft superpower is everything that has to do with Microsoft 365 from a business perspective. But lately, so the last 2 years, I have been focusing on Copilot. So I have been educating people on how to use it, and I'm helping companies with the increase of the adoption of the usage. What is the one feature in the product that you absolutely love is Microsoft 365, obviously co-work, right, with skills. Because if you're working in Copilot, it's always in prompting, and now with co-work, it really is easier to get to your goal. You explain your goal, right? And co-work will automatically split it up into tasks. And if you have then built specific skills for a certain task, it will automatically build it or grabs it, use it, and your output will be more consistent because you're not forgetting certain context that you normally give. And that's really something that I love. And now I just need to take into account that I don't need to make skills for everything, right? Because otherwise it will just be a bombarding of skills, which could be, again, not useful as well in the end, but let's see how that goes. My go-to prompter use case in Copilot today is a skill that I've built, obviously a skill, with meeting summary and acting. So what it does is I based it on something that I saw already online from a Microsoft MVP. And what it does is every time I had a meeting, it automatically gets the transcript, summarizes it into a Word document that gets saved on my OneDrive, and then also already starts acting on the tasks that are linked to me. So a great example of that yesterday, I had an in-person meeting, made the transcription on my phone using Facilitator, and then in the car I launched it, and by the time I was home, I had the summary, I had the email in my draft, I had a PowerPoint that was created, and an agenda for the prompton that we were going to do was already built based on the discussion. So I'm never starting from a blank slate again, which is for me pretty good, because sometimes I can just look at 30 minutes at a blank PowerPoint before I'm able to start. What is the one AI-driven feature that everybody should use more? It's voice. Just talk. It's so easy. I use Whisperflow for it because it's easier, because I work in different tools and it just transcripts everything into text depending on where your cursor is. And it's really powerful because I can give a lot of context when I'm prompting, when I'm working with Cowork together, or in any other tool. I can draft up emails, I can comment on LinkedIn. So it's very easy because I can give so much context without typing, and you talk much faster than you type, obviously. So again, you have some time savings there as well, which is pretty amazing. What would you do if you could no longer use that specific Microsoft feature or product? Well, probably I would start crying in a corner and then get over it. No, kidding. Yeah, I think life will go a bit slower again because now it's going super fast, because with Cowork I'm doing like 4, 5, 6 things together at the same time. So probably I will need to work a bit more step by step again, which I don't think will be a bad thing. But now that I'm so used to it, I will probably still cry a little bit in the corner. How do you stay up to date with everything that Microsoft is releasing? Well, it's not easy, but I've built in Copilot Studio an agent that goes through all the Microsoft documentation every morning at 8 o'clock and gives me updates, divided into Copilot Chat, Cowork, N365 Copilot, and agents in Copilot Studio then. And that way I just have like a little bit of a newspaper, let's say, every morning when I'm drinking my coffee to stay up to date, and then I can click through it to the blog or whatever update that has come. It's pretty useful actually. And then for my nominations, I nominate Frank van Hamel, Hans de Meyer, and Roxana Sorina-Stan. So let's see what they will bring to the YouTube. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thanks for your 3 minutes, and I really appreciate it. If you like this video with this person, please give it a like and subscribe to my channel. It really helps a lot. Thanks for watching. See you next time.